Welcome to the International Express. Today we'll be reviewing some awesome white wine from the Piedmont region of Italy with some delicious weed. So just to give you guys a little lowdown, we decided to go downtown to the Stiizy company. This is a really interesting sort of place because they started doing a lot of more kind of commercial high-end bud. And so this is the way it comes. This is lit, very nice, premium cannabis. This is an actual indica. So now let's crack open. I think it's just to kind of seal the flavor. So it smells really fruity. It's some nice herbaceous, sort of earthy notes to this. These nuts are really solid. I like the way they feel in my hand. And let's see the way they break up. Very nice. It's supposed to be a cross, mostly indica dominant. I would say about 80% indica, 20% sativa. That's a nice euphoric sort of feeling to it. I would say this is a really nice everyday weed that you would, kind of a daytime smoke, something to get the, the edge off a little bit, but not put you to sleep completely. So right now we're gonna roll a nice fat joint. Today we're gonna be using some raw 6X. From what I hear, this is one of the cleanest smoking papers that you can find in the market. For the sake of this video, we kind of went kind of classic. So we're gonna roll a fatty. I don't know if I'll be able to smoke it all. We'll see how strong this thing is. The reason why I chose this particular strain, this very nice, because I wanted to pair something kind of fruity, kind of berry driven, that would pair it really well with the nice white, crisp white. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Tintero wines. This actually comes to us from the northern part of Italy, from a region called Piedmonte or Piedmont. In this case, this is about 50% Favorita. It's about 25% Moscato and about 20% Anise with the touch of Chardonnay. So this makes a really nice sort of complex style of wine. It is on the fruitier side, and as you can see, it's frizzante. It has a little bit of fizzleness to it. It has a really nice fine bubbles. Compared to champagne, we had a little bit more coarse bubbles, a little bit more sort of robust style of bubbles. This is kind of something more along the lines of a Prosecco, if you were to compare it. Let's look at the color of this. What kind of color do we see? This has a nice yellow straw, like a nice hue of yellow. However, the nose brings about like pear, really floral notes, white flower, some peach. Let's get a nice swig. So it's quite nice. So a semi-juicy finish to it. It's not as fruity as the nose, so it does not match too much with the nose. And it does have a nice, really well complex sort of finish. So I think this is a really nice way to start off this pairing, to try to look at how we can find different tones in weed, different notes, different aromas that we could potentially match up with wine. So some people are starting to do this kind of stuff, and I think it's important to really, and how's your experience, Like, for example, if there's some pairings that you want us to try on the show, anywhere from mezcal with chocolate to like any sort of vodka, anything that you might think is worth sharing with our public, please do, please share it. And why not? My mouth starts salivating right away. I do get the berry. It's weird, I get this like really interesting vanilla flavor. It almost reminds me of like a blueberry cheesecake of sort. Really vanilla driven, but with really nice subtle berry notes. Let's see if the wine actually enhances the berry flavors in this joint. For some, this might be an aberration, but for others, it's about pushing the boundaries of what can be real in the realm of wine and the realm of tastings. Oh wow. So I'm actually getting a lot of like green apple, strawberry, like those little strawberry candies that you get sometimes. I kind of get this like really nice, almost like really subtle yeasty flavor to it. Remember that this type of wine is really interesting because basically they add a little bit of Moscato to it. So it has this like subtle sweetness. However, this is not necessarily sweet or off dry. It's actually a tiny bit fruity. So remember, this channel is, we want to build a community with this channel. So I hope that if you're on the other side of this, you're not only smoking a joint with me, but you're also drinking alongside and kind of getting to know a little bit more about the importance of wine pairing, exploring pairings, and that kind of stuff. So I think that's it for you guys. If there's anything else that you guys want to see, please leave it on the comment below. This is our first ever show of the International Express. We really want to work on demystifying wine drinking and just really create a community out here and be able to, share what we know and build it around food, around friends, and around, the people that you love. Cheers.